Number 1, weave the stick in. So I'm going to pull it down and I'm going to weave my stick in. You could go opposite of that top row of string, under, over. You might be using a dowel rod or a regular stick. Number 2, cut halfway down on the back. Make sure the stick stays in place. Number 2 and number 3 kind of go together. Peel the tape. So I'm going to cut halfway down and I'm going to peel off all my tape carefully. The weaving might start to leave the loom depending on what kind of loom you have. Okay, number 4, keeping your stick in place, you'll tie pairs and triple knots at the top. So I'm going to keep my stick in place. I'm going to turn it over carefully. Carefully, carefully. Here's how we tie a triple knot. So I'm going to go ahead and just pull 2 strings. This is like the first part of tying your shoe. So you take your 2 strings, cross, then you take the tail and go under and through the loop. And pull till you get to the top of the string. Now you're going to do that 2 more times, making that a triple knot. 1, 2, 3. I'm going to do that to these 2 as well. Your weaving is a little bigger than mine.
Good morning, Fairmount Falcons.
Okay, I've taken the loom off because it was sliding around, and you might have to do the same. So the last strings, there's 3 of them, so I can't do 2 and then leave 1 hanging. So I'm going to take 2 strings and tie them to 1. So cross, go under through the loop, cross, go under through the loop, and cross, go under through the loop. Okay, that's all of step 4. The top strings have been tied. They are secured to my stick. Now I'm going to be looking at my bottom strings. I'm going to try to keep them organized. It says number 5, tie the bottom strings in single knots. So that doesn't mean just cross and go through loop 1 time. This is a different type of knot. So here's what I do. I take 2 strings at a time. I take them and I make a big loop. And then I take both tails and I go under through the loop. Now, before you tie this super tight, I want to make this knot end up right at the bottom of the weaving. So I'm going to slowly pull the tails as I slide the knot up towards the bottom of my weaving. This can be tricky. If it looks like it's ending up here, don't tighten it all the way, loosen it back up and try again. If it does end up down here, don't worry. We're going to be trimming this a little bit anyways. So now I'm going to show you again. I take my 2 strings, make a big loop, and then take both tails and go under and through the loop. Now I'm going to try to slide that knot all the way up to the base of the weaving. Slowly. The last strings, there's 3 of them that I'm going to tie in a single knot together. So I'm going to keep all 3, make a big knot, go under, through the loop. Make a big loop, go under, through the loop. Okay, that's step 5. So we have triple knot at the top using that type of knot you start with to tie your shoe. And at the bottom we have single knots. If the single knots are too hard, you could just do triple knots at the bottom as well. That's up to you. Number 6 is trim. Don't cut too close to your knots because the knots will come undone. You can trim all of your tails short, but not too short if they have a knot. So these ones I can trim pretty short. I'm not going to trim the top because number 6, you are going to make a knot at the top. So I'm going to take all of my strings and I'm going to make a single knot. So I'm going to make a big loop and go under through the loop If you need help with this step, bring it to me. I will help you. I know it is a challenge. I'm going to make a top knot. That way it has a place to hang. Ta-da! All done. Now I can put a thumbtack in the wall and hang my weaving on the wall. I'm going to trim this. If you need help, rewind the back. Or you can always bring it to me and I will help you.